What is up, you awesome people? Gamer Eddie here, and y'all probably remember my last video of my problem with Mario Party. Well, today I'm going to tell you why I like this game, and it's about why I like Sonic CD. Sonic CD is a sometimes overlooked game, sometimes overrated, sometimes underrated, depending on perspective. But who cares? Because I'm about to tell y'all why I like Sonic CD. The different OSTs to begin with. Depending on when you had or where you had the Sega CD or Mega CD in some regions, you would have a different OST. You got the American OST, which I'm learning to respect, but the Japanese OST is superior in almost every way, in my opinion. I don't know why, the Japanese OST just rubs me differently in a good way. And the great opening song for both OSTs too, Sonic Boom for America and You Can Do Anything for Japan and Europe. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those beats. And that title screen, depending on what, like I said, your region, I do like the Japanese version better. And of course, unlike most Sonic games, which is like one area of a zone or something, there's the present, the past, and the good and bad futures. And with the music, the present's your usual music, the past is a bit more calmer, except for Metallic Madness. The good future is more upbeat and happy, while the bad future is more intense, making you feel somewhat bad for your decisions. And the introduction of Amy, Sonic's lover, and the introduction of Metal Sonic, Robotnik Sonic, creation. Anywho, and let's not forget about the world. I'll go over the worlds a little bit, like Palm Tree Panic. I mean, yeah, it's basically Green Hill Zone, but it's a decent Green Hill Zone at that. Collision Chaos, the Poppin' Hopper. Collision Chaos really isn't one of the best zones in that game, but I will give it credit where credit is due. And the boss of that zone was, well, good at least. I mean, you basically played Pinball Sonic in Collision Chaos. Then we got Tile Tempest, which is basically the labyrinth zone of this game. Is it a bad labyrinth zone? Actually, no. It's a good one because it's mild to get through. Sure, you gotta worry about drowning at some points, but Tile Tempest, in my opinion, is the only good labyrinth zone ever in a Sonic game. If you even want to consider it a labyrinth zone. Quartz Quadrant, the treading treasure, my good men and ladies. Because Quartz Quadrant, although a little easy to get through if you're not going for the time stones, I mean, it's quite a fun time, And speaking of the time stones, you get these time stones from the special stages, and I guess the point of it is for 100% completion, but it's still something worth going for. Then we got Wacky Workbench. It's a bouncing blast. My least favorite zones, of course, is Wacky Workbench, but I will give it credit for the bounce floor mechanic. I mean, don't you just love bouncing up and down in that zone? Maybe, maybe not, who knows. Then Stardust Speedway. It's a maze, kind of like, but it's a beautiful maze. First of all, Stardust Speedway has some of the best music ever in Sonic CD. Secondly, Stardust Speedway, yeah, you're speeding through a lot of things. And thirdly, the last act of Stardust Speedway, I'm trying to catch up with myself. The last act of Stardust Speedway has you racing against Metal Sonic. Sadly, the bad future music plays in the updated versions, but the good future music really makes you feel good about what you did. And then last but not least, the final run of Metallic Madness. This is where it all comes down to. If you know what's best for you, you might as well do it. You can either create a harmony between technology and animals, or you can tear everything apart like you did with the other zones. And that's what I like about Sonic CD. It gives you a choice and it makes you feel good or bad depending on what choice. The reason why bad future music is a little bit more upbeat is to make you not feel too bad and make it less scary. And some of my favorite tracks are, of course, mainly from the Japanese OST. Tile Tempest Bad Future, because it sounds like a more panicked version of Tile Tempest. I have that playing in my mind. Stardust Speedway Good Future. I mean, any Stardust Speedway song is good. Even in the American version, but my favorite one is Good Future from Japan. And of course, Metallic Madness, Good Future of Japan as well, because you didn't create a good future if you get Good Future Metallic Madness. You created a flawless future. And of course, Final Fever. Final Fever was really exclusive to the Japanese version, and sadly, the song was used for a very easy boss, but Metallic Madness could work in another way. And of course, the game over music from Japan. Hey, Sonic, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And let me tell y'all, Sonic CD, although not the easiest to get through, if you just love the past, present, and future music, plus the, I guess, somewhat new mechanic of doing a 8-foot dash, if you want to call it that. But, I mean, the mechanics are good, the gameplay is decent, and I do kind of recommend playing Sonic CD either on mobile or on your computer, because, I mean, who owns a Sega CD nowadays? Hey boy. Or you can play it in the Origins collection. I mean, it's all up to y'all, but I digress. But other than that, thank y'all guys for joining me today. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me what I should do, why I like video I should do next. Because trust me, I can gush about a lot of good games. But other than that, this is Gamer Eddie. Peace out.